How did we get here, where young Kenyans are dying just for asking for a better future? This week, Fred Matiang'i, Kenya's former Interior Cabinet Secretary, spoke out in church with strong and emotional words. His message was simple and urgent. Listen to Gen Z before it's too late.
When in actual fact, that should be a natural thing, that when our children are speaking to us and when they're talking, we listen to them. Because if we do not listen to them, we are not developing in them responsible and patient people who are going to move our country to the next level.
On June 25th, peaceful protests happened all over Kenya, but they turned violent. Young people, many under 25, were shot, arrested, and beaten. They were protesting for lower taxes, jobs, and respect. Now, sad images of bloody flags and tear gas all over social media. During this hard time, Matiang'i came out and spoke, not as a politician, but as a father, a Kenyan, and a former leader. In Thika town, while speaking in church, he said, "Let us not tear this country apart. Dialogue must happen. This burden is heavy. The youth have spoken. Let us listen." He joined the Catholic bishops in calling for national prayers and honest talks. He spoke against police brutality and told the Ruto government not to silence the youth.
Violence and disagreement and protest really has to come to an end. What our people and our young people particularly are seeking is that they are listened to. And our leaders, particularly our leaders in government, who are the ones who have consequential convening power, are the only ones who can put people together in the manner in which even civic leaders are suggesting, so that we can focus on the solutions to the challenges and the problems that we are dealing with. But it cannot be that, when something happens like happened last Wednesday, we now begin saying things that are very interesting. Honestly speaking, it's so difficult to even try to repeat some of the things I'm hearing. How can you say, now we are talking about one community, or saying, the people who were on the streets came from Muranga and Nyeri, and then they went all the way to Kericho and Kisii and Kakamega and Mombasa. So there was no one in Muranga and Nyeri that day. Everyone left Muranga and Nyeri, went to Busia and Kisumu. Honestly, Narok, we are, that is worse than a joke, honestly. When you are talking about the grave nature of the challenges that we are dealing with, how can we trivialize such a serious national crisis and then subject it to, hilarious jokes like those? Let's be serious. And personally, I associate myself with the remarks and the position that has been taken by the religious leaders in this country, private sector groups that are saying the same thing as we are saying, namely that our country is headed the wrong direction. And this is not rocket science. You don't need a PhD from Harvard to know we are headed the wrong direction. You can see it. It's written all over the place. And in saying so, we are saying this is a patriotic moment. It's a moment for all of us to cross ranks. Wacha tuweke kando hata hiyo mambo ingine yote, siasa nini. We're talking about uchaguzi is 25 or 26 months away. Our country must survive first, and we must be a stable nation before we get there. So let us not even stop talking about those businesses, about elections and stuff like that. Focus on the stability of the country. I have been moving around, talking to people. I go to, meet people. Look here, I am in charge here today, sitting with these leaders. The level of bitterness and anger down below in the country is unprecedented. I have not seen that before. Now, to imagine that there's nothing wrong and carry on as if it's business as usual, honestly, you have to be a very strange person. We are asking our brothers and sisters, and then, as I said, this is a patriotic moment. This is a time for the country. And what is being called upon now, it's also a leadership moment. Let's stand up and do the right thing for our country. And it cannot be based on excuses, some of them laughable. That, I don't know who, I saw them on the TV, they're dropping money. So when you saw them dropping money, why didn't you arrest them? Because, when leaders tell us these things, and I've said this several times before, as a minister, if I was a cabinet minister myself, as a minister, I would never make allegations. Sasa niwaambie nyinyi wananchi mfanye nini? Hamuna pingu, hamuna polisi, hamwezi kukamata mtu. Sasa nikuje kulia huko kwa wananchi, mfanye nini nyinyi wananchi? yule ako na madaraka wa kufanya hiyo kazi, hawezi kuja aseme ni wale ama ni huyu. If you have evidence huyo mtu ako na maneno, onyesha watu hii evidence ndio hii, huyu amefanya makosa haya na hatutaki mtu akufanya makosa kama haya. Sasa sio wakati wa kulaumiana tafadhali. Sasa tuende kwa kazi. And these leaders wajue kwamba all of us the citizens they lead. Sisi tunataka kuwa support wakitafuta solutions kwa nchi yetu. Wacha sasa tuache hii maneno ya kuongea eti nini siasa nini. Elections are 26 or 25 months away. We can now spend all our time on that and the country is burning. So that is my view, and that's what I think needs to happen. Let us put all our energy now on the solutions to our country. We need a stable country, we need a progressive country, we need a country that works together, and we need a country where we can live together. Let's stop this business of now starting to drag excuses. Is one community, you came from where, which community? I mean, we are all a community.
His message was not about politics, it was about people, faith, and the need to act fast. This is not just about taxes, it's about trust. It's about a generation that feels ignored and overtaxed. Matiang'i understands this. By standing with the youth, is sending a strong message to all leaders. The days of ignoring the youth are over. Talk to them, or they will take your place. This is more than politics. It's a big change in Kenya's future. A new movement is rising. Not led by old leaders, but by young people who are smart, connected online, and full of hope. Saba Saba, July 7 is coming soon. Another big protest is being planned. Will the government listen in time? Will leaders like Matiang'i help find a peaceful way forward? Or we will see more pain, more anger, and more fighting? Fred Matiang'i has spoken. The youth have marched. Now the big question is, will Kenya's leaders listen? Tell us what you think in the comment section. Can dialogue still save Kenya? Like, share and subscribe if you believe Kenya deserves better. Until next time, stay awake, stay loud and stay informed. My name is Frank and this is Africa Vision.